It is Tuesday afternoon. Early today, Adam and Alif attend an important online conference about new weathering technology called Snake Wells. Adam watched from the company's comfortable head office in Jakarta. Alif watched from a simple office at a remote site in the desert of Qatar, where it is very hot and dusty. Because they are in different part of the country, they cannot meet in person. Now, they are having a Zoom video call to discuss what they learned and decide what to tell their boss. Adam as office manager, location in Jakarta. Alif as field supervisor, location in Qatar.
Alif, thank you for joining. How are conditions in the field? I can see it's windy.
Oh, hello, Adam. Yes, we have sandstorm today. The connection is a little slow, but it's okay. Let's start the meeting.
Good. The goal of the meeting is simple. We need to give a quick recommendation about the snake wheel technology. From the office, the person seems like a sales staff. The question and answer part of the most important. From you, view in the field, what is the biggest problem?
The biggest problem is putting all our risk in one place. One very long wells means all our work is in one spot. If there is a big problem with that one wells, like sands clogging the equipment, all production from that oil field stops. In remote place like this, repairs can take weeks. That is very big operational risk.
I understand we must include our financial model. On the other hand, they say it helps the environment small footprint. What is the real benefit from you work in the field?
The benefit is real, Adam. Fewer drill site means disturbing less of the desert environment. It also means fewer environment permits to get, and it is easier to manage the site. This makes the start of project much faster.
Good. The math of company environment goal. Now about the proof. They said it's already working in the Brunei. You have worked in a similar area. Can we use the technology here easily?
The technology might work, but the conditions are a big problem. Our desert is very hot and sandy. The sand can damage sensitive equipment. Here, you have a special sensor break because of the dust. A replacement can take more than a week. The waiting time is very expensive. We will need to keep important spare parts in the country first.
So there are a big extra cost for logistics and protection the equipment. Good point. Next, the real-time sensor technology. Is our team ready for it?
Not yet. We will need special queue steering expert, probably from an outset of the contractor. That means extra cost for expert worker and training for our local crew. It is not just about buying the tools.
In short, that's a big investment in equipment and people. In your opinion, do we have any oil fill the good from a test project?
Maybe only the North Sonora field. The reservoir is big, the geological data is good, and it has a long production life. For our other field, it is too risky and not cost effective.
I agree. My recommendation to the doctorate is the do not use the widely. We should propose the detailed feasibility study only the North Sonora. The conditions are check the local supply chain, set up equipment to protect against sands, and we have special budget for remote location risky. Do you agree?
I completely agree, Adam. There is a safe and smart step. I can collect the operational data for North Sonora for study.
Great. Please write the part of the risky and operational requirements. I will handle the financial model. Let's finish the first report by the free day.
Understood, Adam. I will do it.
Thank you, Alif. Your field analysis is very valuable. Be careful with the syndrome there.
Thank you, Adam. See you on Friday. After attending a dense online seminar, Billy and Afan immediately jumped on Zoom to ensure there are no misconceptions about the complex technical material before they compiled the report. Billy as head of synthesis, Afan as assistant head of synthesis. Here we go.
Okay, Evan, let's make this quick. The laser material was super technical. Let's like on our understanding step by step. Starting with part 1, properties of laser light. You got the three main points, right?
Yes, Billy, monochromatic, contrast, and directional. That's what makes laser light to unique. The current part really stood out. It was compared to a regular lamp where bottom are all out of science, where laser button are preferably and fast like solder matching unison.
Exactly. That coherence is what gives laser its sharp, intense beam. It's not just about a single color, but about perfect synchronization and directionally mean this is spread out like a flashlight. So these three properties are basically the output we're trying to achieve clear so far.
Clear. So the light is clean, synchronized, and force calls that's off on the goal.
Right, no. Part 2. The main scene components. There are three fundamental building blocks needed to produce the kind of light. What are they?
First, the grand medium or active material where the leasing actually happiness, it could be salt like ruby, a gas like CO2, or even semiconductor, the palm energy source which excitates the atom in the medium. And finally, the optical resonator is only made onto mirror facing rich outer.
Good. Let's break those down a bit. The palm, whether it is electrical, a flash lamp, or another laser basically, serves up the gain medium. Without it, no laser action happens. And the resonator, why is design so critical?
because in because in the trap like between the mirror allowing to the bounce back and forth on the mirror is fully reclaimed, the outer is finely transparent, that where the laser we finally expect that bouncing is the amplify the light and also enforce its direction and contrast.
Well said. So the resonator does I just amplify. It also filters the light, ensuring only the desired wavelengths and pass survive, which directly give use the properties from part 1. See how it connects.
I do. So the resonance is really the stake where founder directorial like except and amplified.
Exactly. Now, the tracks part, how it actually works, the physics behind it. Let's talk about population inversion. You remember what that means?
This when more atom the GaN medium are in the exit state than in a lower energy state, like having more people upstairs than downstairs. In a building is an uh, unneutrally situation that has to be created by the palm.
That's good way to put it. It's a non-equilibrium state necessary for lasing. Once we have that inversion, what kicks off the laser emission?
Right. A child ration one pattern becomes to become four and so on, all batching between the mirror getting amplified each time there's like amplification.
Right. And that's where the magic happens, stimulated emission production. Like that's perfectly in sync with the tingling pattern. Same pace, same direction, same wavefields, and inside the resonator T-star
A child ration one pattern becomes to become four and so on, all batching between the mirror getting amplified each time. There's like amplification.
Exactly. So the full sequence is palm crates, population inversion, spontaneous emission, provides the initial pattern. Stimulated emission starts the claim reaction. Resonator amplifies and shapes the light. And out comes a clean, powerful laser beam.
So to wrap it up in a framework, we want like with a properties monochromatic, contrast directional. We build matching with a comparing. B again medium palm resonator which operation of a physical say population intercept simulation emission. Each part logity leads to the next.
That's solid. That's a solid summary. No conceptual gaps, no misunderstandings. We're aligned.
Agreeably or catharsis so clearly communication this cause a field flow from the way of the properties to the what of the component and the whole of the physics.
Perfect, okay? We're on the same page. That's enough for now. Let's rest. We're starting drafting the report tomorrow.
Go it no roles, the materials is a clear no talk to you tomorrow, Billy.
Sounds good. Reese up.
Ardi and Aska meet online to discuss the space toolkit concept, from fireproof fabric to solar racing cars. They explore how extreme engineering pressures in space drive breakthrough solutions on Earth. Ardi as researcher in technology policy and diffusion, Aska as researcher in innovation and technology management.
Hey Aska, your connection is great. Been so long since we Zoom. How are you? Still casing publication deadline?
Oh, RD, hey, yeah, just finished reviewing a journal paper. My head's spinning. I'm good talk. How about you? Still on the technology diffusion project?
Yep, that's one. Speaking of which, perfect timing. I'm ra- I'm reviewing and complying some classic case study for accounts module. Just been a reading but NASA spin-off. That's raw fun and insightful.
Oh, those. Always a great topic. Remember we had that analysis assignment back in your master. Which one are you thinking of? The secret resistant gas coating.
Exactly. That's probably the most stable one. Just imagine the world stress about how to keep astronaut helmet visor from getting served by super fast past dust. Their solution, the super hard coating, and now it the standard for all glass, a space problem, and add solution.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of direct transfer. The material itself came down. but it's not always like that. I think the cooler ones are the knowledge-based transfer, where it's fundamental science that moves, not the final product.
Totally agree. Like the total solar radiation research for astronauts with material from the will gain a deep understanding of how our UV spectrum interact with fabric fiber. The science become the backbone of the UPV ultraviolet protect factor standard in hiking jacket or shirt now. So what's came down was the Hawaii, not just the how now.
It That's huge push, but there are also innovation born from emergencies tragedy, driven like the fireproof materials after the Apollo I incident. The pressure was insane. They needed materials that were thoroughly non-flammable in pure oxygen environment.
Yeah, just have the remember, but from the critical situation, research on material like PBI and Nomex got a help push the principle of the fire rising. Heat insulation and no toxic forms developed for the space clubs. They add up saving the life of reactors on Earth.
Aside from tragedy comes life-saving innovation. Research is always a strike fine. Hey, speaking of innovation from extreme pressure, do you remember the satellite solar panels?
Ah, that one. Still need panel with maximum efficiency. Minimum weight plus the have to survive crazy com radiation. The descent pressure was extreme.
I launched solar cells using exotic materials like gallium arsenide. Thing is they way too expensive for formal commercial. They turn out to be perfect for nice application on Earth, where the ratio is green.
Solar racing cars, right? Or high altitude down the net to fly for week. The design philosophy is exactly the same as much possible from as little as possible. It's funny how an ultra advanced solution for space finds its home in racing or research.
So from all these examples, do you see pattern to fighter gear racing upon
Hmm. I think exploring extreme environment like space as like the only thing forcing function or innovation catalytic. It forces us being beyond normal limits to tinker with material and concepts we might never consider under Earth condensation. The result is now enable technology.
enabling technology. Good. And once these enabling technologies exist, they can be repurposed to solve other completely un- unrelated problems. So investing in space exploration is actually like building a toolkit or a portfolio of opportunity.
Oh, look it. I like that. So we're not just playing for picture or planet, we are playing to develop advanced self-reverse and multimeter that might one day help fix a car or road. That's the matter, right?
Exactly, but the lens are made from aerogel or something. Okay. Speaking of your own research, in there with like this.
I've got really interest in tracking how technology diffuse from defense research to the civilian sector. The pattern is similar loss of sensor composite material, even GPS algorithm start for space dimension military needs, then track down to everyday life. The machines are really interesting to compare.
What could correct in writing and comparative is sometimes versus spin off the paper.
Oh, great idea. I email you the from work letter, but I've got the runs. Soon, I have an online class in 10 minutes. Really enjoy chatting like this. Aska like nostalgia trip from or master die, but with deeper talk.
I'm here, refresh my tire, refill weary brain. Alright, Ardi, take care. Let's set up another time to continue space talking.
Will I do? You take care too. Bye, Aska.
It is time to name the new product. The team connects on Zoom to find a name that feels like and weightless. Aska leads the group from his home office. With only a few minutes, the designer, engineer, and marketing team share their best creative ideas.
Hello, team. We only have 6 minutes. We need a name for our new space ditch running shoe. The feeling is no weight, light like Moonwalker. Quick ideas, please. I'll leave you first.
For the look and feel, how about Lunar Glide or Sky Dancer? Both feel light and free.
Technical name could be key-free, short for gravity-free, or mostly simple and techy.
For the brand voice, select sound elegant, or Nebula walk dreamy and space-like.
Market needs catchy names, Airflow or Stereo, easy to say, easy to remember.
From social trends, short name work, Levity float, or Zplay means light and wine.
Time's almost up. Good. Top names G Celeste, Airflow, and Levitate. Billy and Adam, please run a quick poll on social for this 4. RD, please check the page name right for G3 report by today. Meeting done.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.